Okay, so early decision versus early action, they are different. Early action applicants apply early, but not quite as early decision applicants. They usually receive an admission decision early in the admission cycle, usually in January or February. Unlike early decision, it's not binding. You do not have to commit to an early action college. So you may still apply to other colleges under regular admission plans, unlike early decision where you have to withdraw all other applications once you've decided. Um, However, if you do decide to go to the early action college, you must give the college a decision no later than the May 1st national response. So early action is not is binding. Really, the main thing difference is early decision is binding, and you do get some benefits in terms of early decision. You likely have a better chance of getting in, and they'll probably give a financial aid package to you. Rolling and regular admissions. So rolling admissions are colleges that review your application throughout the year and notify you of their decision within a few weeks from submission. Regular admissions are just the traditional admissions process. They usually notify you in the spring of your senior year. When should I apply to college? I don't think anybody here will be doing a 2-year technical school, but that would be usually in spring. So most people are applying for a 4-year college, and um, your applications will be in fall. We'll start that in early fall. So what really matters to colleges? So there's no secret formula. There's no magic here. Each college is different. I was on an admissions board at UCLA, and UCLA had recently switched over to the personal essay accounted for about 50% of their admissions sequence. That is sort of not typical, though, for a large school. To give you a general rule, small schools pay greater attention to the person, meaning they want to read your personal essay, and they want to have a good interview with you, either in person or nowadays over an online, a Skype type of interview. So they really focus on the person, and that's because you're in a small college with small classes, and you'll get a lot more attention at a private or small school. Large schools, usually state schools, often use mathematical formulas based on your GPA, ACT, SAT scores, and they usually favor in-state applicants over other applicants. So the state schools usually get a lot more applications and therefore don't have the time to pay greater attention to the student. Again, what really matters to colleges, so these are important. The courses that you have taken, so they want to see that you have taken difficult classes. In many colleges, they need to see that you've taken AP courses. The grades received will be the most important thing. Rank, that means some schools rank like 1, 2, 3, 4. CDS does not, but I can write in a letter if the student is in the top percentile, for example, top 10%, top 5%, something like that. Your SAT and ACT scores are probably the second most important after grades. Your essays are very important in admissions to especially private schools and small schools. Recommendation letters are very important, and continuing your extracurricular activities. So you want to stay committed to those activities. And then interviews. Your interviews are also important in making a positive impression. Having said that, the most important thing are grades. Your GPA is the biggest driver in the entire process of your admissions. So keep your grades up, even senior year. So the admissions counselors report that some colleges recalculate GPAs using only academic courses. So if you're taking courses that they don't consider academic, such as any extracurricular or PE courses, a lot of colleges will deduct that from your GPA. Letters of recommendation. How many? 2. Make sure that you get 2 letters of recommendation from academic sources, meaning teachers. If you're struggling and you can only get 1, then I will help out with the second letter of recommendation. However, I do a letter of recommendation for everybody, so it's better to have 2 teachers and my counselor's recommendation. Look at the application instructions for each school. You want to make a positive impression in your letters, so the teachers who you know best and have a good rapport with are the ones who will probably give you the best letters of recommendation. Okay, so career counseling. This is something that I'm bringing into Chona Dalton School because I'm both a college and career counselor. Because you go to college to find a career. They're connected with each other hand in hand. And to be honest, a lot of the skills in career counseling that I can give to the students, to you, are actually more important in discovering what majors you want. So it is critical for students to know what their interests are when deciding a college and major. I don't want you to show up senior year saying, I like business because I make money. That shows that you have not really thought about what you want to do yet. Please make sure, I'll be proactive with you, so don't even worry about making sure. I will make sure that you are focused on what you're interested in before you choose your majors. So I am a certified, trained, and in-depth career personality and interest assessment test giver, so I know exactly how to take the test. These test results are based on Holland interest codes, which are highly reliable in counseling. So I will give you a test which is called the Holland's Strong test. This is a questionnaire of about 260 questions, and at the end it'll give you a personalized report of what your interests are, and those interests will match with different majors and different careers that are suitable to your personality. It's a great way to start a conversation with your friends, parents, and me as a counselor to sit down and really focus on what major and what college you should be choosing. So here is the interest codes. It's called RIASEC, RIASEC. And most people, the way that Holland has created this is choosing 6 interest categories based on the questionnaire. And most people have 1 dominant one and then 2 that are closely related. So for example, I am artistic first, social, and investigated. I'm an ASI type person. So let's look at them. A realistic person are doers. They are people who have mechanical ability. They work with objects well, such as machines and tools. They like to work outdoors, and they're very hands-on and practical. The thinkers are people who like to observe, learn, and investigate, analyze, research, evaluate, solve problems. So they enjoy science and math, analytical, independent, and they're very scholarly. They probably spend time on their own watching documentaries or something. Creators, artistic, are people who are very creative, innovative. They don't need structured situations. They like unstructured situations, and they use their imagination, creativity, and originality to express themselves. Helpers are the social people. So people who like to help, inform, enlighten, teach, train, and develop. Cure. So doctors, teachers, counselors, nurses, these are all compassionate people who consider the welfare of others. Enterprising. These are the entrepreneurs, the leaders. They like to direct, influence, persuade, perform, lead, and manage organizational goals or economic gain. They're adventurous, outgoing, and energetic people. And conventional. These are organizers, people who work well with data, have good clerical and numerical ability, like structure, like carrying things out in detail, or following through on others' instructions. So they might be into working with business. Business people tend to be conventional people.